Okay, your test on this will be Thursday, so I'm going to explain what we're going to do. Today we're going to take notes, and you'll have an IXL. Monday, we will do the other part of the notes, and then you'll have a review. We will review on Tuesday, we will review on Wednesday, and you'll test on Thursday. So today's our first new thing. This first part, you're going to feel like you're back in 5th grade, because it is triangles. So if I am telling you have one test question like this, and this is what your IXL is on today, okay? Because we were going to do exterior angles, but some of the questions got to multi-step equations. Y'all have done 2-step equations, but you haven't done multi-step equations, so we didn't want to go there because we haven't taught it to you, okay? So tell me what kind of angles could be in a triangle.
Obtuse.
Okay. Right, obtuse, and acute. Acute is less than
45.
90
Oh. Wow.
because it's cute, it's little. So go ahead and at the top right, obtuse is greater than 90. Is that in your way? Okay. Acute is less than 90, and then draw a beautiful triangle like that, and the measure of the angles equal 180. That's the main thing you have to remember today. Your measures of your triangle will equal 180. Okay, so you're going to see some of your IXLs are this simple, and then I'll explain how the other ones might look. You are going to have one on your IXL. You have to read the question. Don't just look at the one number they give you. Like this could be a word problem, and they would say a right triangle has a measure of 50. Find the missing length. People keep going, I only have one number. If you have a right triangle, what do you have?
90.
I automatically know I have 90, right? So as soon as you see that word right triangle, if they don't give you a picture, know you have 90 degrees and then the other angle they give you. Now, how do I find the missing side or missing angle of my triangle?
You add the two other angles and then subtract from one.
Perfect. So I am going to add 90 plus 50. You have a calculator, you can't handle it. 140. Then I take that and I put it in underneath my 180 and I'm going to subtract.
40.
My missing angle is 40. So some on your IXL will look like that. I didn't get the white books out. You can just use your table today as your white book. Like you can write on it with your expo. When we get there, we don't need them now. Okay. If I'm looking at my next one, what am I going to do?
Add the other.
Add 112 and 25. What do you get?
137.
137. And then I'm going to subtract that from 180.
43.
And you get 43. You do the bottom one. Circuit 3. I didn't say answer out loud. I said working. What are you adding?
70 plus 50.
What do you get?
6. Oh,
You're what? 120. And then I subtract from 180, and I get 60. split screen today when you're doing your IXL, this is the slide you're gonna look at, okay? Not what we're fixing to learn, okay? This is what your IXL is on. Ones like these three, or at the bottom, we're gonna draw a couple more pictures. So it might say you have an isosceles triangle. That means two angles are the same, right? And it might say your angle is 130. And it would say, what is the other angle? So if I have an isosceles triangle, I know I can't have another angle at 130, right? So I know that one has to be by itself, because 130 plus 130 is 260, which is way over 180, right? Okay, so just keep that in mind. So I know these are x. So how many x's do I have? 2x plus 130 equals 180. Huh, I have a two-step equation. You did these last year. This is how I teach them, like I did when we did those one-step equations at the beginning of the year. Circle, cover. What's your opposite of 130? Negative 130. Bring down your 2x. What's 180 minus 30?
50.
And your note should look just like mine. What does it mean when it's side by side? Multiply. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So what is 50 divided by 2?
25.
So both of those angles are 25. Could you put that in your calculator? 130 plus 25 plus 25 to see if it gives you 180? Okay. Okay, now they're going to have a question on the IXL that sounds something like this. An isosceles triangle has a measure of 40. What measures are possible for the other two angles? So you can have more than one answer. If it said 130, do you see I could only have one answer? Because I can't have it bigger than 130. Okay? Now, if you had one that said 40, find the measures. You're going to know which one these are because they have boxes. Okay? We're drawing two triangles. So if you get stuck on these, you pull this back up. Okay. They tell me one of my angles is 40. So that means it could be there. Or couldn't it be the two that match? You will only do two triangles when your measure is less than 100. Okay? Everything else would just look like this one. Okay. So now let's figure out what our answers could be. Let's pretend I just see this triangle. Wouldn't it be just like the one we just did? I have two x's plus 40, not 80, equals 180. What's the opposite of 40? Negative 40. So I have 140 equals 2x. I would then divide both sides by 2. And what is x? 140 divided by 2. 70. So both of my x's would be 70. So you could totally do 70 plus 70 plus 40 doesn't equal 180. You're good. So, but I'm not finished. This one has more than one answer. What if my two isosceles were my 40 and I'm missing my x? So what's 40 plus 40? 80 plus x equals 180. I'm going to do what? Subtract 80 from both sides. And what is my missing 100? Now, these would be your answers. 100, 70, and your original 40. So you click for answer, it's going to tell you you're wrong. Okay? Hello? Yes. Mhm. And your IXL's in there? Okay, so that's what your lesson is. You'll need to watch the video so you can get all the other ones because we have 4 test questions on what I'm fixing to teach. You have 1 test question on that. We good? But that's what your IXL is today. So this is what you'll pull up for your IXL, not what we're fixing to do. Okay? So let's look at what we're fixing to do. Go to 1.2. So you're skipping a page, going to 1.2. These are really fun once we get to the numbers. Then you have 4 of these. Okay? When you get your test, you're going to see there are 9 questions, but there's actually 11 because number 4 has 3 answers. You have A, B, and C. A is just like we did. So they might say 90, and if this was 70, find your missing side. That's 4A. 4B are going to look like these. 4C is going to look like this. Okay? Okay. Look at number 2. Let's investigate the relationship among measures of angles on the diagram. What does the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equal? So look at that picture. What would the measure of angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 equal? 180. Why?
Because every triangle equals 180.
All angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees. If you would like to write out the word triangle, you are more than welcome. Okay, let's see if y'all know this. Nobody's been able to answer this today. If I am looking at angle 3 and 4, what would those equal?
180.
Why?
Because it's half of a circle.
Okay.
Like it's a straight line.
That is a straight angle. That's what it's called. Yes, you're the first one that's been able to say that. It is a straight angle. That's what that's called, is a straight angle. And it equals 180 degrees. These are also adjacent, so we know they're supplementary, which means 180. Remember complementary and supplementary? Okay, so now this is the fun part. State the relationship between the measure of angle 1, the measure of angle 2, and the measure of angle 4. This is where we're going. Do you see I have 2 opposite interiors from my exterior? Do you see it's outside? It's called an exterior angle. Okay? So, how you would do this is the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 4. Make sure you write that. That's where we're going. Now, I teach you this in an elementary way because it's the easiest way to remember it. I say, cover up your exterior. Do you see your opposite interiors? We are going to circle them, and those 2 we're going to add. And it's going to equal our exterior, so I box our exterior. So I always say, circle plus circle equals box. And so you know what numbers to put where. So you're always going to take your hand and cover that. Your opposite are your circles, and it's going to equal your exterior. So we are going to go down here, and we are going to circle and box. You will see here in a minute, we're actually practicing with real numbers. This will make more sense. And if you will use this method on your 4 questions on your test, this is how you show your work. Circle plus box. And you're gonna get plenty of practice that on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay? So here we go. Why would angle 1 and angle 2 be referred as remote interior angles with respect to the exterior of angle 4? Because they are the furthest away from angle 4. And as you notice, I'm not writing the word angle. This little thing right there means angle. Okay, now we're going to redraw the figure we've been looking at. Do you see this is the same figure? But we're going to extend it and make another exterior. So draw that. Okay, so if I had to find the measure of angle 5, which two angles would I add?
3,
No way.
3 and 4.
Okay, you're not going to add an exterior ever,
One and
so cover this.
Yeah, one and
1
three.
and 3.
1 and 3. Do you see how to use your hand and cover it? So we would do circle plus circle. The measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 would equal the measure of angle 5. Now we're fixing to actually get to use numbers, which you'll see how simple these are. Okay, here you go. We're going to go skip to the next page. And this is the exterior angle theorem. Let's actually look at it with real numbers in it. I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to cover this. What are my remote interiors?
132 and 21.
Perfect, those are my circles. So I would put 21 and 132, and in my box, my answer will be X. You'll not always be missing your answer. Sometimes you'll be missing one of your remote interiors. So what is 132 plus 21?
153.
And you just found your answer. Okay, so let's go to B. It doesn't matter what they look like. Cover up your exterior. Do you see what we're gonna add?
Oh, no.
16 and X. It does not matter which one you write first, so don't worry about that. How on earth do I solve that?
Subtract 16 from
Good. Subtract 16 from both sides. And what do you get? Perfect. Thank you. So that is your remote interior that you were missing. You do C. What'd you circle? 31 and X. What goes in your box? How do you solve this? Good. 93 minus 31. We're not going to get a negative angle. It's not there if it's negative, okay? And what are you going to get? Perfect. Work 7A. What'd you circle?
108x.
What do you do?
Subtract 108 from 156.
And what is X?
48.
Perfect. Now we'll do B together. Okay. Cover up your 152. What are my circles going to be? X. So we have circle plus circle equals 152. Okay, I heard somebody just say it. 2x, because if there's not a number in front of your x, it's understood to be 1. So 1x plus 1x is 2x is 152. This means what when it's side by side? Multiply. So what is the opposite of multiplication? Division. So to get rid of that number, we're going to divide. What do you get when you divide?
76.
Perfect. Now, we're going to look at real honors problems. I didn't do these with my other kids. Okay. think back to two-step equations last year. I know one step kind of messed y'all up that first week, so let's do some two-step. And you're gonna see why we didn't do this exterior angles. You're gonna see why we're just doing missing angles, because they even had like an X out here with this. We have not shown you multi-step equations with variables on both sides. So that's why we're not practicing exterior, okay? Exterior angles. But let me show you how to do this. Here we go. Okay, we are still covering our exterior, and we are going to add our two remote interior. So we have 3x plus 48 equals 120. Now think back to 7th grade. You did these. I am still going to draw my line. I'm using a different color because if I didn't have my circles there, I would circle the number with my variable. And I go circle, cover, cover. Do you see my hands are on two different sides of the line? What's the opposite of what you see? Subtract 48, right? So y'all did these last year. So you're going to subtract 120 minus 48. That means our calculator should be clicking, unless you're doing it in your head.
72.
72. And now what do I do here?
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. And we are solving for x.
24.
Okay, now we're going one step further. I'm going to ignore my exterior. I see these are my two remote interior. So I have 40 plus 2x plus 6 equals 126. Now, on the left-hand side, I have too much. A minute ago, didn't we combine an x and an x to make a 2x?
Yes.
So what families are the same here? What can I combine on my left-hand side? 6 and 40. So what is 40 plus 6? 46. Good job. So I have 2x plus 46 equals 126. Now I can circle, cover, cover. What do I have opposite? Subtract 46 from both sides. (126) minus 46. 80. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. And x is 40. Not hard, right? Okay, so you will have 4 like that on your test. They are not going to be like this, okay? They will be like A, B, or these 3. Okay, so they won't have that multi-step. But y'all needed to see that because y'all are honors.